What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with another episode of Brewing With. And tonight, I was going to be brewing with LS Ilkor, but the the matchmaker decided to really hand me some of the worst matches I've had in recent history in the unranked ladder. I actually won all of them, but one of the matches took 45 minutes. Playing against a guy who just was on probably the quest that you get to destroy 40 of your opponent's creatures or something, because he just... I won the game by him decking himself, and it was just like a million sweepers and 100,000 different types of removals. It was the most boring thing ever, and I just... It's now arrived at... It's almost 3 in the morning as I'm speaking, and I don't have time to re-record. And I didn't want to put you guys through a 45-minute match of an opponent just being a real asshole. So I've decided that LS Ilkor is going to have to wait until next week's episode of Brewing With. But there's some sweet ones, so stay tuned. But for tonight, unfortunately, therefore, I don't have any, because, you know, usually episodes of Brewing With, I have 3 different versions, and I kind of show you different ones. I've only got one version of what I'm actually going to play tonight, so it's not really Brewing With, it's just probably something more along the lines of serious jank. And so, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. We're playing with the White Defiler, and it's a soldier tribal deck. So we've done something like this, quite similar to this, a good couple of weeks ago now, and I've improved it. Taking it from the top, we've got a full playset of the Gavony Trapper. Don't underestimate this card. Not only is it a 1-mana card that's going to help us with the White Defiler, because like all the Defilers, you can pay 2 life to reduce the casting cost by 1 of their color, and, play the card that way. So having a cheap 1-drop that you can just pay 2 life and play it on top of your Defiler. The white one, what it does is, whenever you do cast a permanent, it makes a little soldier. Probably the most underwhelming one, which is probably why it has not seen any play, but I just thought, hey, let's give it some time in the sun. And it isn't a terrible card. I just wish it was maybe 4 mana or something, but or that it made 2 soldiers or something. But a 5/5 Vigilance isn't terrible. It dodges most of the red removal, except for the Rendering Flame, which almost nobody runs. And the Vigilance is great against the Wandering Emperor, so But anyway, back to the Trapper. Not only is it a good way to trigger the Defiler, you can also pay 2 mana and tap a target creature, and that has actually been invaluable in testing. Like, the amount of times that you prevent the opponent from attacking with his big threat, and then, or tap down some blockers and swing in for the kill. And it doesn't have Defender, so once you get the Valiant Veteran in play, which gives all your soldiers +1/+1, you can actually start attacking with the guy as well. So something I thought I would bring up. Then we've got 3 copies of the Cathar Commando, which is our, in a deck like this where it's pretty much only creatures, you need to have your creatures also do something else. So the Cathar Commando is our artifact and enchantment removal, but it is also a soldier, and it's got flash, which is great. And if you've got a couple of these Valiant Veterans in play, it can get pretty beefy. 3 mana, 2 mana, 3/1 is obviously pretty nice. Then we've got a full playset of the Sungold Sentinel, which also happens to be a soldier, and this is the card in the deck which is here to deal with the opponent's graveyard, because when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you exile a card from their graveyard. So good against the Haughty Djinn, good against reanimated decks. That's why it's seeing in some mono white lists like a 2 or 3 of, and we can get to the Coven quite easily with all of these different powers and toughnesses. And then once you activate the Coven, you can choose a specific color and name whatever the opponent's trying to block with, and you can just continuously get in for damage, which is also really, really nice. Then we've, of course, got a full playset of the Valiant Veteran. I said this during a couple of days ago's Cleric's video of the tribes, that we got 1 of each in Dominaria United. Your soldiers, elves, merfolk, clerics, and... never remember the last one, but anyway, the soldier one is the one that has the most support there's lots of soldiers in standard. Some, the elves, there's some, but they're all terrible. There's actually some fairly good soldiers, and this is a nice one because when it dies, you can get some value from the graveyard. You pay 5 mana, exile it, and put a +1/+1 counter on all your soldiers. All of the creatures in the deck are soldiers, except for the Defiler of Faith. So, yeah, pretty sweet. Even if it does get removed, you can still get a little bit of extra value from it. Then we've got 3 copies of Valorous Stance, which is in here to basically kill Shieldred, but it's also nice to give some creatures indestructible. I've gone for this over the Destroy Evil because we have the Cathar Commando to do the artifacts and enchantments. And of course, Destroy Evil only does artifacts, so this is a little bit more versatile because it's also on a body and as a soldier. And then, we can destroy Shieldred and other big creatures with Valorous Stance and also the indestructible. So you can. I hope you see what my reasoning was there. Then it's essentially a mono white deck, but we're splashing a tiny bit of red for Baird, the Argivian recruiter. As long as you have Baird and Valiant Veteran in play at the same time, you will always be triggering Baird, because it says that at the beginning of the end step, if you control a creature with power greater than its base power, you create a 1/1 soldier creature token. So Valiant Veteran gives Baird itself a +1, +1/+1, and so it is going to have bigger power than its base power, and then you make a soldier, and of course that soldier is going to be a 2/2 instead of a 1/1, which is pretty sweet. Then, continuing on this thing of like our creatures need to do something else. Well, we all know Brutal Cathar is a creature and removal, and happens to be a soldier on the front side. Just remember, when it goes to nighttime, it is no longer a soldier. It will not receive the buff from the Valiant Veteran. Something that you need to keep in mind, but it's obviously a great card. So here we are, full place of the Brutal Cathar, and together with another day-night card, the Gavony Dawnguard. This one is our card advantage engine. Whenever it flips from day to night, you get to look at the top 4 cards of your library, and you may reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest into the bottom of the library in any order. Since the majority of the cards in the deck are mana value 3 or less and creatures, you almost always hit something. And having a couple of these on the battlefield, the opponent lets it go to night during his turn or something. You get to put 2 cards in your hand and draw your card for the next turn. It's a real nice little card advantage engine in the deck that otherwise has no other card draw. So pretty nice, as well as just being a 3-mana 3/3 with Ward 1 is really not that terrible. Then we've got the top end here, and the main reason for this deck, the Defiler of Faith, which I've already touched upon. We'll be pooping out these little soldiers every turn. And if we've got the Baird, the Valiant Veteran, and the Defiler in play, thus you'll be making 2 soldiers every turn most of the time. And that's really good if you've also got the Serra Redeemer, which is, I've moaned about this in previous videos as well. This should have been 4 mana. This should have been 4 mana, IMO. But it is an angel soldier, so it does get the buff from the Valiant Veteran. And whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on that creature. So potentially you'll be adding 6 power to the battlefield. If you've got Baird, the Valiant Veteran, the Defiler, and the Serra Redeemer, that's actually, 14 power, because the 2 soldiers will enter the battlefield as 3/3s. Sorry, 8 power on the battlefield every single turn. If you cast a white permanent, you'll make a soldier, it'll enter as a 3/3, and then at the end step, you'll make another soldier, it'll enter as a 3/3, and then they'll both be 4/4s because of the Valiant Veteran. Hope that makes sense. Pretty cool, and that's kind of what we're going for. That's the whole idea of the deck, is just to try and get these guys down and just flood the board with these soldiers, and they're all going to be getting huge and swing in for the kill. Hope that makes sense. We've got a couple of Eiganjos here for some more removal. 15 beautiful Godzilla planes. 4 Sundown Passes to help us cast our Baird. And 3 Crystal Grottos also to help us cast our Baird, but also scry a little bit, which is pretty nice. And that's the deck. Faith Defiled. Let's take it for a spin and see how the deck performs. Of course, these episodes of Brewing with, or, serious jank are going to be played on the unranked ladder. Unless it's some really, really serious and a little less janky type of a brew. This one's not quite there yet. I think if you're just looking for something fun and you want to try the White Defiler and you've got some copies lying about, give this a whirl. You'll be surprised. I've been getting some incredibly fun wins with it. I'll post some screenshots that I got from matches earlier today in the on the Twitter post when I put this up tomorrow. Cool. Mono black. Cut downs aplenty. I'm starting to really hate that card. Sure. Flash in the Commando. Why don't you just go play this crap on the freaking rank ladder? Graveyard Trespasser. Ah. Okay. Sure, man. So it's discard. Shieldred. Nice. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Liliana or something like that. Please don't make me discard my Defiler, and please let me draw a land next turn. Ugh. It's enough to make you hurl. Now watch him cast the Liliana and we just burnt our main Liliana card. Wouldn't be surprised. I beg your pardon, Sheldred. Maybe invoke Despair? Yeah. Wow, mind-blowing stuff. Next. Still haven't really played much with braids. It's not a bad card. I really need to have a look at braids again. Gorgoroth. Isn't that a Lord of the Rings thing? Please not black again. Oh, yay. Wolves, huh? Oh, wait. Oops, obviously. Oh, that's fine. Oh, hello. It's like poor man's wolves. GG. Whew. Needed that. Really needed that. Been having a very interesting night, as I said in the beginning. Some of the matches I had tonight are just like almost borderline like unbelievable. I don't even know how to explain it. I went up against like 4 different control decks back to back. Okay, I'm on a red. This is bad. All of our creatures just die. Too early for you, my friend. Let's see if he plays out the the adversary. Okay. No 2-drop. I don't know if we can sustain the removal. He's gonna have like a million play with fires and things. Give me a break, man. Give me a freaking break, man. Like, come on, dude. Really? Next. Disgusting. Ooh, thankfully I'm playing an unranked, or I may just have lost my mind there. Ugh. I'm so sick of everything I play getting countered. I just don't even know what to say anymore. I feel like puking. Maybe he plays a haughty Jin now. I'm playing my cards because of this. Yada da da do. Burn that lightning strike. Come on. No, you want to. At least he hasn't flipped the Delver. Okay. If you have Rendering Flame for my Defiler, I just don't even know what to say anymore at this point, guys. The guy has a 7/7. I'm on 3 life, 4 life. He can just swing with the Delver and hit me with a play with fire or something. At this point, nothing would surprise me anymore. Ooh. That's gonna be the game. Really? Really? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's the game. Yes! Ooh, I needed that one. I really needed that one. It's crazy. I was playing Mardu and Orzhov. All I was playing against was like blue-based control decks and stuff, and now I switch to mono-white, and it's all these red cheap removal spells for my small creatures. In the unranked algorithm is really stupid. Like, never ceases to amaze. Crocodile Tears. The Valiant Veteran. I wish it was like a 3/3, man. Ay, caramba. Okay, maybe it's not a million play with fires. At least we can play out Defiler. We've got the mana. Yeah. Woo. So cool. Give me a 3-drop, please. Gavony Dawnguard. So, second werewolf player in a row. Another bolt. Lightning strike. Of course. Okay, try to get rid of this. You ass hat. Okay. Dude, every single game, man, like, I just don't understand how they always seem to just have it. Drives me insane. Jesus Christ. 3 flame-based bolts in the top 10 cards of his library. Get stuffed, man. If we could, I don't know, play against any deck that isn't running like cheap removal, would be quite nice, you know. Just 1 or 2 decks like tonight that isn't playing, but play with fire and flame-based bolt and lightning strike would be cool. Make me feel a lot better. Come on, algorithm. You've put me through enough for one night. It's time to turn the table. Let me demolish my opponents. Cool, I'll keep that. This cannot be a coincidence. I'm sorry, it just can't. It's there's no way. Okay, with fire. Lightning strike. Oh my god, that's how many in a row now? Just red-based lightning strike decks. Unbelievable. Flash in the Cathar Commando. Hopefully draw another land. Okay. Sure. Fine. A whole hand, bunch of mana? What was that for? I played a Gavony Trapper. 0-2. Common. And that was enough for you to concede? I'll take it. Okay, this time. I get the feeling this is the type of dude who likes mono black though. Ooh. Okay. Oh, Goose freaking Faber. Goose Fraba. Sure. It's gonna be Lightning Strike again. Get ready. 4 matches back to back with Lightning Strike. Okay. Fading Hope. And Lightning Strike. You ready? Aww. Hey, nice. You're about to get Brutal Cathar, my friend. I would rather play any other land than Thran Portal, honestly. Alright. He's got nothing. And we make a token. Whew. Imagine we draw another land next turn. Nice. Very nice. Whew. Okay. Time-wise, we're probably up to the final match of the night. Fingers crossed, because... it's getting very late. And I still need to edit and upload this thing. I should have kept the recordings from the first attempt with LS Ilkor. There was a match there that was defies all... wow, it was almost fun. I just couldn't have put you guys through it. 45 minutes to have a control player deck himself. 0 win cons. I guess he was just trying to play one of those games where you just annoy the crap out of your opponents. Or like I said earlier, here we go again with more red-based removal. 5th match in a row against Lightning Strike with my tiny, tiny creatures. Okay, at least I'm drawing mana. Jeskai this time. Maybe it's Arcane Bombardment. Wow, we just played against this. And this the unranked is just the weirdest place. Valorous Stance. Use up all your cards. Ah. Okay. Fading Hope's fine. Let's get one down. If he's got a counter spell, we can play the next one. Ah. Cool. Still counts as a white permanent, by the way. As you can see from the Phyrexian little mana symbol. Defiler number 2. This one will get counted for sure. I knew it. I knew it. I had a feeling. Okay. How do we win this? That sound effect when you hit in with the trapper. What did he get? Okay, consider. Is fine. Honestly, I think that should just be the game, right? Third Defiler on the board. What do you get this time? No way. You cheeky, cheeky person. Ah, wow. Now he's just gonna steal one every turn. Oh my god. Unbelievable, man. Well played. Good game. Okay, bye. Hilarious. Hilarious. Alright, guys. That's going to be it. We've arrived at the 45-minute mark. Some pretty fun matches there overall. I definitely soothed my pride after that terrible attempt at a Brewing with LS Ilkor. A version 2 of Soldiers with a bit bigger of a top end. And you saw it all working quite well there in a couple of those matches. Don't know if I'd be taking this on the ladder anytime soon, though. We need to see what else the next set brings. Maybe Soldiers will become tier 1. One can only hope. I really have high hopes for the Goblins and the Elves, however. I've got a really sweet Elf brew that I've got saved for next week's episode of Serious Jank, so stay tuned for that. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow with another fresh brew. Budget brews on Sundays, don't forget. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.